Hello, welcome friends. Welcome to this most in-depth course on the agentic AI. If you haven't watched the previous videos, I recommend that you watch them so that it makes better sense of this video. But in case you have just directly reached to this video, then also no worries. I will try my best to explain everything. So let's start. So in this demo, actually, I'm just trying to explain different sections of this anatomy of an agent. In previous videos, we discussed what are the tools, how to define them, how to use them with the LLM, and in this video I will talk about the system prompt. With the system prompt is very important section, and as I talked earlier, it just controls the behavior of the whole agent. So it's just a simple text instruction to the agent, and in every call to LLM, this is passed as an argument, and this argument is just a text instruction that tells or defines some of the rules that agent should work upon with every call. So for this purpose, let me just go to terminal directly, and I have set up this environment in first video. It is easy to set up. I have exported the key, and I have written a code to demo this. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, please check the setup, but it's a very simple setup. You just need to export the key and install the Anthropic in the virtual environment, and just write a Python script, which I will add it in the description. So let me just open the demo script that I'm going to use, that is system prompt. So if you in this system prompt script, it is actually just a copy of the previous script that we used in the last demo, and that script is just doing a few things. That is, it is just I explained in very detail what it is doing, every line of it, like why there are two functions, two tools, that is the calculate weather, and another is to calculate to convert the degree Celsius into Fahrenheit. It is the same script, but now what we are going to do is we just have to pass some instructions as a system prompt. So I'm just keeping everything same. For example, this is the start. For example, we have created a client here, then there is a model, maximum steps is 5, so that we don't keep on iterating in case of some failure or hallucinations. Then there is a get weather app that returns the weather of Tokyo or Paris. Then there is a calculator that just converts the degree Celsius into Fahrenheit. Now these are the tools definition. So it's just again back from the previous video, no change. Two tools metadata is there. Now I will scroll down. Now this is the main area that I have changed in this script. This is the thing that I have added, that is called system prompt. And system prompt is just a text instruction to your agent, that what you have to take care of overall, what rules you have to follow. So just see the rules. Always call get weather before stating any weather or temperature, never guess. So it's just instructing that always call and get weather and weather and temperature function. Always use the calculator tool for all arithmetic, including unit conversions, right? And if a city's weather isn't available, say so plainly and don't invent numbers. So this is very critical rule. So I am just saying that if for some reason you cannot find the weather of a city, then just plainly say that you cannot find it, but don't has hallucinate, or just don't invent anything new. And the format, keep the format final answer in 1 or 2 sentences. Our answer is already in 1 line, so that's not an issue. And the second line is very important, and every answer with a single starting with tip, that gives one short travel tip. So whatever answer you are representing, represent it with the tip, like, right, that complements that answer. So again, run tools is same as before. It's just calling all the methods, and run agent is the main method, and within this there is just a like, it's just a starting point, I would say. And here we define the request of the API, cloud API, where we just pass the model, max tokens, tools, and messages, right? And messages, we are receiving it as in this format, where we will be getting the task definition, that is our goal, as an argument into this method. So now this is just a safeguard loop, so that only maximum 5 steps are iterated through this, not more than that. So there is a 5 times there is a back and forth with the LLM model, not more than that. So what we are doing is just very simple. We are just passing, we are just sending a call to a to the LLM with whatever we have, that is a simple goal. Then it appends the response, that is, and if it suggests tool use, which it will in this case, because we are passing the tool, so it will just and if it matches with the metadata, of course, and then it will just suggest a tool use. If it suggests a tool use, then proceed, otherwise just break. So if it's just a tool use, it's just a simple loop that is just calling the functions and getting the response. There is no change in that. So on a very high level, I've just added a system prompt. Rest everything is same like in the previous demo. And here I'm just making two run agent calls, like two function calls. One is without a prompt, like it will be just like our previous video where there was no prompt, and we were just getting the answers purely based on the purely based on the function responses, and there is no guardrail or no instructions for the agent. But in the second in invocation, there is also an example where I am just passing system prompt, right? And system prompt, I have just read you out loud what it is. There is just simple instruction, just two instructions for you to remember. One is that there is a tip with every answer, and another is if it cannot find the answer, then just simply say it cannot find, right? So with this, let's just quickly run this program without the system prompt and see how it looks. It's just asking how is the weather in Tokyo. That's the goal we have defined. Let me just invoke it. So without the system prompt, it calls the function, then it observes the response and gives the final answer that the current weather in Tokyo is rainy with a temperature of 14 degrees Celsius, which is this much Fahrenheit. So it's just a simple answer like we were able to get in the previous demos, and it is just using these two tools, that get weather and calculator. It is expected. Now let's again modify this program, and this time I will just use the second call just to show you the difference, what is the difference the system prompt has made. So let me scroll down and just remove this comment. Okay, I will just use both of them so that you see the difference. I will call this again. So without a system prompt, it will repeat the answer. And okay, now with system prompt for Tokyo, now with system prompt, you see that it is giving the answer, but it is adding a tip, that is pack the compact umbrella since it's rainy in Tokyo right now. So you see the difference of the system prompt. So in second call, system prompt is actually governing or manipulating the final answer based on the instructions we have provided, right? So that's the difference. I will just do a quick change in the goal, so that you get another example and see how system prompt helps. Let me just clear the screen. Let me just open, and I will just modify the goal a little bit, and this time I will ask the weather app about the temperature for New Delhi. Maybe just a second, where it is. Okay, this is the task definition. Let me just put New Delhi. Okay, and let's just save. So let's just run system prompt and see how it works. Without system prompt, says New Delhi, no data for Delhi. Okay, and for the I wasn't able, so I can't check live weather before, especially during hot summer. So you see the difference. So this time when it is not able to find answer for Delhi, I wasn't able to retrieve weather data for New Delhi or Delhi from weather service. It seems city isn't available in current data source. Could you try nearby city, Mumbai or Bangalore? Right? It is just giving me these suggestions, or it's just trying to ask like if you could provide me a different city, right? Tools used, but it did not find it. But now with system prompt, it clearly says I wasn't able to retrieve data for New Delhi, so I can't provide temperature right now. So this is the, due to the system prompt. You remember in system prompt we clearly mentioned that don't respond, and clearly mention that you are not able to find the weather for New Delhi. So just it plainly answered me. Whereas in this case, without system prompt, it is giving me reasons why I could not find it, and could you try with Mumbai, Bangalore, and here again it is giving me a tip. Check the live weather app before heading out, especially during Delhi's hot summers or foggy winters. So it is again giving me the tip from what it could find about Delhi. But yeah, I hope you are able to see the difference. But remember one more thing. I will provide the code in description, you can try it, but it may give you different answers, because the thing is that it is using AI, and it is using models. You may try different model, and maybe that model itself has modified in its trainings or in its observation, because there are so many ways model could predict the weather, that it may your answers could differ here, right? So don't be surprised if your answer differ, but few things will not change. One is that it may find answer here, maybe or maybe not, but maybe it is able to but it will definitely use a tip, and if it can't find answer, it will just say simply that there is no answer. This is because of the system prompt. So congratulations, you have learned what the system prompt is. See you in the next video. Thank you.